I be the one you never see, I'm ghost. Iller than most. I've been behind the scenes, I've been watching the ropes. She put her hand on my neck, she on the slopes, ice.
What's up, YouTube? Ghost of Tastemaker back at it again with another video this week. This is episode 5 of the Next Wave. If you haven't caught on yet, the Next Wave is pretty much the dopest artists I find from my A&R reports whenever I scout or report different musicians to different labels. So it can either be indie, like DJs, producers, like things like that, or just like rising talent that I end up finding, or people's work that I find. Also, check out the record wall back there. At least I got something interesting as like a backdrop, I feel like. As you can tell, like my tastes are pretty much everywhere, because you can see that there's literally like Playboy Cardi up there next to Michael Jackson, next to Isaac Hayes, next to The Cars, next to Stevie Wonder, and so on and so on. But let's go ahead and jump right into this week's picks. The first artist we have up today is YBN Cordae. Him and Juice WRLD, who I reviewed last week, they're pretty much the two youngest dudes that's just blowing up like so fast right now. YBN Cordae, he's different than like YBN Namir or YBN Almighty J. If you're familiar with them, he's a little bit more lyrical. They're more of like they're more like melody and song oriented. Almighty J is a little more trap oriented. But that's what makes YBN really cool and really dope, because they can gravitate to they can have people from different have different tastes gravitate towards their sound, because they have different personalities and different styles within the group. He was born in Raleigh, North Carolina, surprisingly. Shout out to NC. But he comes out of Maryland. He was raised up in there. He's got a lot of cosigns by, of course, like YBN and like people like No Jumper. He's out in LA right now. He's on tour with Juice WRLD right now. He's opening up for him. So hopefully I go get to see him in the Atlanta tour, but maybe not, because I think it's kind of sold out. Old Niggas is one of his best songs. He just dropped a song named Kung Fu, which is pretty dope too. I ended up putting it on my weekly playlist that I just dropped. That's a plug. You should go check that out. Yeah, but that's YBN Cordae. I mean, he's pretty much like the typical like millennial kid. He listens to a lot of different shit. Like he loves like trap music. He loves lyrical rap, and he's just trying to like find a style to combine all of that into making really dope music. So go ahead and check him out. Okay, so the next artist we have is Saba. I'm excited about him because I've been trying to put people on him for like a couple years now, but I finally think that he's starting to gain a lot of traction, actually, because he's from Chicago, but you know, he's always been seen with like Chance, No Name, and all those type of people, but he's just finally like breaking out now with his newest album. I know his older albums were like Comfort Zone. That was back in like 2014. He's in a rap collective called Pivot Gang. Log Out is definitely probably my favorite song off the new project. Honestly, I feel like he has like one of the albums of the year. He has a really good knack of creating melodies, but like he's very lyrical. He stays true to himself. He stays the course. So I can't really say he's just following like a trend or a sound. And that's the type of things I feel like artists should do a lot more, you know? Like they should want to like stay true to themselves, but you know, make changes and everything and follow like, you know, trends and stuff like that, but like stay within yourself as that, but also stay relevant. Like don't go out of your way being a rapper that you're not, or talking about things that, you know, you can't talk about or you can't even relate to just because you think that it's cool. But you know, stay in like the current and do take notes from other rappers as well. That's my advice on that. But go check out Saba. Make sure like if you have any voting or listening album of the year, like make sure you include this man's album in your album of the year discussions. Okay, so the next artist, he's like an alternative R&B singer from out of Indiana. His name is Omar Apollo, and he's Mexican. His recent EP is called Stereo EP, which is really dope. He really has like one of those like velvety smooth voices, and it's like really laid back music. So if you keep up with like the Kardashians, that's a funny joke. But if you keep up with the Kardashians, like Kourtney Kardashian literally just posted him on her story yesterday. So that was really interesting. Of course, you know, I have been following him for like a little bit now. My favorite song by him is Erase. Ignoring is a really good song. I believe he's on tour now, if I'm not mistaken. But I would definitely try to go check him out. He really makes really cool music. I fuck with his movement and everything. He's 6'5". He always mentions that. But he's just one of those laid back singers that I fuck with really heavy. So, and I think he's gonna have like a long career and he's gonna blow up pretty soon. So go check out Omar Apollo. Okay, so the next artist is another crooner. His name is August 08. So he was born and raised in Hollywood. He's a part of this group that I mess with a lot. They're called 88 Rising. I'm gonna make a best group video, up and coming group video, so you can expect 88 Rising and Brockhampton to definitely be in there. My favorite song by him is Lately. It's really dope. This kind of gives you like Party Next Door vibes, but I feel like, yeah, that's the person he kind of reminds me of, like Party Next Door, but not as like, you know, dark or like, you know, mysterious really. I feel like he has like, you know, his own vibe going on and like, you know, a different range, of course. He discovered music kind of late. It was like kind of, he said like when he was like a teenager, and like a lot of people, he kind of got into the industry as a writer and a producer first. You can really tell that by his songwriting because his pen is pretty up there. His hooks are really good too for the 88 Rising parts, and his melodies are really good too. He's signed with Red Bull Records, so go listen to his Father EP, and I think he should be dropping something this month too since it's August now, so it should be cool to hear from August 08. Go check him out. Okay, so the next person I have is really like a group, and you kind of don't know like who is who in the group because they're kind of trying to make it mystique. They're a group from the UK called Jungle, and they make like new funk era and style, like infused music. And it's like, it's hard to explain. It's made by these dudes named, what's their names? Josh Lloyd and Tom McFarlane. They formed the band. It's signed by XL Recordings. I kind of first heard them in 2016 when they dropped their self-entitled album called Jungle. They had a track called Busy Earning that really broke through. And there was a lot of other tracks on the album that was really dope. It's just like kind of a breath of fresh air because there's not really a lot of people out there making music like that. I'll say like it's kind of similar to like Thundercat, or I guess if you like The Internet, that's another band, like that's another like group that's like kind of similar but not really similar. But yeah, I would definitely go check out Jungle. They've been dropping a lot of new songs, so I think they're gearing up for another album release this year. Heavy California is really good, and Happy Man is amazing. That's one of my favorite songs. That's also on my playlist, so go check out Jungle. So the next artist is Tierra Whack. She's from Philly. She's like a mumble rapper, right? But like she brings like a whole different element to the mumble rap thing. So I feel like even people that don't really like, you know, people like Playboy Cardi and Chief Keef and people like that, they'll appreciate her because the content she's talking about is different, and she's also singing, and she's also has different cadences and stuff. So it's more interesting. I feel like, even though, you know, no offense, like I love Cardi, I'm probably gonna try to go see him at a show that's coming up this month, and I love Chief Keef too, but like it's just like I feel like she's bringing something different. And her project Whack World, it's like short snippets of like, but it's all like 15 minutes long of like an album. You need to go check out like the video because the visual representation of the album is really dope. It's kind of like a short film, and it's kind of like teasers of like songs, but it's really like the whole entire song. So Tierra Whack, she's definitely a dope MC to check out, not just like a woman MC to check out, but actually like MC, so don't try to categorize her as that. Like, she can reach like a bunch of different audiences, but you need to go check out her. Pet Cemetery, Flea Market, those are some of my favorite songs off her project Whack World. And yeah, go check her out. Okay, so the last person we're gonna get into today is Buddy. He's from Compton. He is a rapper. He's been out for a little bit now. I think it said he's been working with Pharrell since like 2011. So, you know, it's more of like he was like rising. But Pharrell had seen the talent within him like early on. Last year, he had 2 EPs that dropped. Magnolia was one of them. I'm drawing a blank on the other one, but he worked with K Tronada on another one. He's a really dope producer, so if you haven't heard of K Tronada, go check him out as well. Some of my favorite songs on there are Trouble on South Central. He's got Hey Up There with Ty Dolla $igns. He's got Trippin' with Khalid, and he's part of RCA too. So Buddy really has a dope sound. It's not your typical like West Coast sound, and he also has like, you know, like bops, like stuff you can jig to and dance to. Then he can actually rap, so he has like hard raps too. So I feel like his versatility and like his ear for music is like well versed to that he can find like fans that may not even be that attracted to his music in the first place, because he has varying and different styles. He's worked with Kendrick. That's pretty much it. His album is definitely one of my favorite albums. He's definitely going to be in my top 25 albums of the year so far. But yeah, just go check out Buddy. Okay, if y'all know me, then y'all know how much I love Pokemon. So look at this. I had gotten this Pikachu Pop from Target, and it's a Target exclusive, and it's crazy because like those people lined up like at 7 a.m. in the morning for this, and like I didn't know it was that popular. I ended up getting like the last one. I'm pretty happy about this. I just wanted to share that, and they're going for like anywhere between like $50 and $200 online. So I don't know if they're gonna release any more. I mean, if they were smart, they would just try to, you know, hold out on it. But I'm just happy that I got this Pikachu Pop. I just need to let y'all know. Alright, well, that's this week's episode of The Next Wave. Now that I have an editor, shout out to him. I need to try to drop new stuff every week, but I'm about to try to gun for like every 2 weeks. But even if I don't on YouTube, you can like look at my IG stories, or you can follow me on Twitter at SuffolkKingCole92, or whatever you want to follow me on that. And if you need to email me, or send me music, man. Like, suggest me new artists I should be listening to. Like, this is really what I be doing outside, you know, my part-time job. Like, this is like what I really be doing. I be like A&Ring and sending reports out and all this stuff. So I'm down to listen to pretty much anything as long as it's good, or as long as I feel like it's good. You know, my opinion is valued by a lot of people, but like I know my opinion isn't the end all stuff. And give me some more content that I need to talk about as well. I'm definitely trying to do that. But I hope y'all having a great day, and I appreciate y'all watching and subscribing, and I'll catch y'all next time.
Been a ghost, big body ghost, Casper that's a ghost, Danny Phantom ghost, bitch I'm going ghost, bitch I'm going ghost, bitch I'm going ghost, bitch I'm going ghost.